My name is H.A. Goodman, and I'm an author, columnist, and journalist. To support this YouTube channel, go to my Patreon link below, subscribe to this channel. We're on our way to 100,000 subscribers. Check out my latest books on Amazon. They'll be on other formats as well. Debunking the Trump-Russia myth, but her top-secret emails, but her deleted emails, and the L1 brothers and Debbie Wasserman Schultz. This is extremely interesting. Trump lawyers call for new special counsel to investigate the Department of Justice and FBI. CNBC, 5 hours ago. December 12, 2017. A member of Trump's legal team called Tuesday for the appointment of a special counsel to investigate what he says are conflicts of interest within the Department of Justice and the FBI. The attorney cited reports that a Justice Department official's wife reportedly worked for a firm that compiled opposition research on President Donald Trump. I think these revelations require a special counsel to investigate, Jay Sekulow told CNBC. NBC News. Trump attorney says FBI DOJ conflicts require second special counsel. Jay Sekulow confirmed his remarks, which were first reported by Axios, in which he said the DOJ and FBI can no longer ignore the multiple problems created by obvious conflicts of interest, while a special counsel investigates allegations of collusion between Russia and Trump's presidential campaign. He cited a Fox News report that said senior Justice Department official Bruce Orr was demoted last week amid an investigation that he met with the founder of Fusion GPS, an intelligence firm that was collecting anti-Trump opposition research. During the presidential campaign, according to Fox News, Orr also met with Christopher Steele, the former British intelligence operative who authored a dossier that documented Trump's alleged ties to Russia, which was completely nonsense. The Steele dossier is just tabloid. The Inquirer, or, pick a tabloid newspaper, and the ridiculous accusations in the Trump dossier not only have no basis in fact, but now you have a Russian entrepreneur and Russian banker suing BuzzFeed. That's what takes place when you publish information that is just factually incorrect. But it's not only the fact that the DNC and Hillary Clinton paid for the Trump-Russia dossier. It's also the fact that the FBI might have used the Trump-Russia dossier as quote-unquote evidence for a FISA warrant to spy on Trump. This is very dangerous. We have a history in our country of a peaceful transition of power. President Obama has now ended that history. What he did was this. He spied on Trump using FISA warrants. His FBI spied on Trump through the wiretapping of Flynn, Manafort, everybody around Trump. They could not find the smoking gun in terms of Russia working with Trump to hack the DNC, because that never happened. Even the NSA is only moderately confident. CrowdStrike had to backtrack its claims, and only one company was allowed, a DNC-preferred company. You would never let Trump strike serve as the basis for foreign policy and sanctions and a Mueller counsel if it was if the shoe were on the other foot. If it was Democrats accused of having worked with China to hack the RNC, then Democrats would never allow a firm called Trump Strike, but they allowed a firm called CrowdStrike. They wouldn't say, oh, well, if Trump is okay with it, if the RNC is okay with it, then fine. Only one firm, but nobody in the U.S. government. You flip the script, that's exactly what the Democrats did. After they cheated Bernie Sanders, they're the most corrupt. And I don't think Roy Moore should even be running in Alabama. But if they lose to Roy Moore, that says everything there is to know about the Democratic Party. But then Agent Peter Strzok was removed from Mueller's team when the Justice Department Inspector General's office found the potential disparaging texts he had sent a colleague to whom he had been having an affair. Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Okay, so Strzok also changed the wording from grossly negligent for Comey to careless, further exonerating Clinton after she committed those crimes. But she did. Apparently, she was too stupid to indict. I mean, we can go, here's the major conflicts of interest. You have Loretta Lynch at the Justice Department meeting with Bill Clinton to speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren. It doesn't matter if it was coded language. So there's one theory that, well, they actually did speak about golf, Brexit, and grandchildren, but apparently nothing was said. Yeah, but the meeting represented something. We need to find out exactly what it represented. If the shoe were on the other foot, and there was an ongoing criminal investigation where Trump was the subject, which is not the case. Trump is not the subject of an investigation. Mueller isn't interviewing Trump because he's not said to have committed a specific crime. That's the thing with the Democratic Party. What they've done is they've actually created an investigation for a crime that has not yet been committed, and they've yet to actually accuse Trump of a crime. With Clinton, she actually did commit crimes. Owning the server and putting top secret intelligence was a crime unto itself under the Espionage Act. That's just pick a crime, any crime. She might not even be indicted. She'll eventually be indicted, but she might not be indicted under the Espionage Act. It could be campaign finance. It could be Clinton Foundation. It could be a whole bunch of things. People say, oh, you know, she can't be indicted. When you continually commit crimes and then hide behind bureaucracy and then hide behind powerful friends, eventually, and your power is dwindling every single second because the Clinton Foundation can no longer give quid pro quo arrangements, and you have a president who hates you, rightfully so, who has, it's like Trump's low-hanging fruit. He could just go and say, you know what, here's a crime that Clinton committed. Once he eventually takes control of whatever you want to call it, deep state, whatever, and Clinton is out of the limelight, and more people realize that she's committed all these crimes, campaign finance, Clinton Foundation, Espionage Act, all of these things, transferring top secret intelligence from secure government locations, SIPRNet, JWICs, and SCIFs onto a server that was once unencrypted, then you have the indictments. But all of this needs to take place after, or all of this, for all of this to happen, you don't even need an impartial FBI or DOJ. You just need Christopher Wray or Sessions, or you need Christopher Wray and Sessions to just look at any of the crimes and then follow through with the indictments, which will eventually happen. But in terms of the FBI and the DOJ, before Christopher Wray, there was a conflict of interest. There was an overt cover-up, whether it's Andrew McCabe and over $500,000 given to him by Terry McAuliffe, or it's James Comey not even interviewing Clinton or 16 witnesses and still writing the exoneration letter, and actually playing Attorney General by saying, well, the intent wasn't there. His job was only to list the crimes committed and then recommend indictments, which he did, but then said that the intent wasn't there. Then the other thing also, I know I'm rambling, but it's so convoluted. How can you not? The other thing also is they say, well, there's no precedent for this. Yeah, okay. There's also no precedent for creating an organization where people wrestle with alligators or paying people to wrestle with alligators. There's no precedent for that. The Wrestling Alligators League of America. There's no precedent, but it's against the law. It's against the law. Can't do that. It won't end well for anybody, especially the human being wrestling the alligator. So my point is, if somebody does something so outlandish and they get away with it because they say, well, I didn't know, there's no intent, I deleted 30,000 emails, they were about yoga, and you continually lie and lie and lie, and then the FBI director says, well, there's no precedent for it, my God. That's because laws are created with the assumption that people don't engage in the most insane, maniacal manner. I guess I could have explained myself better. But anyway, give me your thoughts below. The FBI does need to be investigated, and the DOJ does need to be investigated, because there are There are too many lifelong people who work, and I know FBI agents. I have known FBI agents, and they're honorable people. But like all organizations, sometimes the people who manage them, or the middle managers especially, are the huge problem. It's the middle managers that are oftentimes the culprits. Give me your thoughts below. Share this segment everywhere. You cannot have a special counsel for Trump, but not a special counsel for Clinton, the FBI, the DOJ, all of these. They're completely and utterly partisan and corrupt. Give me your thoughts. Share this segment. Check out my latest books below. Thank you so much for listening.